Oh my goodness. I suppose we should probably get this whole thing started, shouldn't we? Oh, hello everybody. Right, I am aware that I am live earlier than usual tonight. However, I thought we should probably actually get a little bit of sound practice in, shouldn't we? I dabbled in a little bit of it last night. I've not played any today. I don't actually know if I want to grind last year's Sardegna or not. I think it's probably best if I just go through a bunch of just random sand tracks. Like, what are the... Some people like when track creators put their name in front of it, like this, and some people... Actually, you can't even see. Some people like when track creators put their names in front of tracks, and some people don't. I do, because right now, I wish I had an entire dedicated Punker Jeffy section. He's got some good sand tracks, hasn't he, to kind of go through and play. Yeah, I'm racing. I like the GP stuff. I quite enjoy it. Oh, actually, Steckenberg's not like proper whooped out, is it? It's a pretty damn fast one. I just want to play a couple sand tracks, try and get the flow going a little bit, get a nice feel to it. Just gonna scroll along until something pops up, catches my eye. Feels like something that I want to do. Scrolly, 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 we're scrolling. Oh. Sure, why not? We'll give her a go. Hello, Cammy boy. Yeah, for some reason today, my eyes have been especially blurry. And I had to dig the glasses up. I haven't worn these in probably about 10 years at this point, because I don't like wearing glasses. I don't wear sunglasses either. On the rare occasion that I go outside, I just don't like having things on my face. I don't know why. It's the same reason that I don't like rip and rolls or roll offs in motocross instead of tear offs, because I don't like having this like strip of vision, because I can still see like the top and bottoms of the frames. I don't like it at all. But they might be needed to stay. I am struggling to see properly. We'll give her a go. See what happens. You'll probably find I'll get halfway through qualifying, get pissed off, and end up ripping them off because I can like feel them there the whole time. Like right now, the top of this frame is like slightly just underneath the top of my monitor, so it's technically on the screen. So I feel like I have to lift them up, but then they don't sit on my nose, so then I've got to properly push them right back into my face, and then I can feel my eyelashes touching the lens, which is even worse. So I'm like, can I lower the... I can lower the desk like 2 more centimeters, and then it's tapped out. Oh, we'll see how it goes. I think sand's quite a niche area for suspensions, to be honest. I don't really see much like free stuff or just general sand setups going around, just where we don't have that many tracks. But thank you everybody for the feedback on my community post last night, by the way. If nobody has seen what I said, let me see if I can find it real quick, and I'll bring it up on the screen. Just to see like, if there's anybody in here right now that hasn't seen it yet. It's good to kind of go through it together. So I'm not going to say who they are yet, because it's not a set in stone thing. But I've been approached by someone again in terms of like a suspension sponsorship, and it's a pretty fucking good deal. And I've been on and off about suspension sponsorships for a really, really long time, but I've been putting it off for months. I've had so many different people reach out to me. And my biggest issue was always that I've never stuck to just one suspension. I'm always like moving back and forth between different ones on different tracks. I'm also a big advocate of, I think a lot of brand new players to the game feel that a suspension is going to suddenly drop them 10 seconds. It won't. It'll give them like 2 seconds maybe. So I feel like people way overdo how impactful a suspension is. So they reached out to me, and I basically said, you know what? Send me some stuff, and I'll test it over the next few days, because I'm not going to back something that I don't use. And also said I'm not making any TikToks saying this is only possible on this suspension. I'm also not going to shove it down people's throats all the time. If people come to me and say, hey, what do you recommend? I'll say, I'm sponsored by these, so I would say these. And always just be clear that there is a financial incentive to me suggesting that. And I feel like that is absolutely fine. So today is actually going to be a decent test. It's going to be a very decent test because if I show you my suspension name, I'm going to try them out today and see how it goes. So if I make any singular one mistake on the track at all today, then it is purely down to only the suspension and not me at all. I will take no liability for any mistakes made. I did say to him it's going to be very, very hard to try and topple my sand suspension that I've been using for the last 3 years. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it rides.
Good luck for today, BTW.
And we'll go from there. So nothing's set in stone yet. So it might not even come to fruition. And again, I'll be straight up, I'll be clear with you. I asked for a Supercross suspension and an outdoor suspension. Not non-sand, just like normal GP. Tried them out for about an hour, went back and said, like, these are way too stiff for me. Like, this gives more like, you know, Camel Racks vibes, where it's just wide open, slamming into bumps. And you know me, I'm more like, I'm slower. I prefer like a more soft, plush suspension on the back, so I can try and be smooth and like planted around the turns. And he went away, changed something, came back, and yeah, it was like much better instantly. So it's a good start to it. It's good. Because again, I don't want to try and push something down your guys' throats that I don't fully use myself. But you know, the thing that I always hate when it comes to getting a perfectly dialed suspension is I hate the testing process. I really, really hate it, like going back and forth and not knowing if like a click or two change actually made a difference, or like, let's say you're testing whoops, for example. Maybe I just had a better run through the whoops that lap than the previous one. Maybe the suspension was nothing to do with it. And it's that ongoing testing process that's quite tedious for me. Which is why I always just end up running whatever people send me that feels good originally. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Reaper made a really, really good point. And I listen to Reaper on a lot of things because he's definitely better from like a marketing and business perspective, like way better than I ever have been or could be. And his way of looking at it was, he's always been a bit of a naysayer when it comes to suspension, but at the same time, in this little niche of ours in MX bikes, we don't get, like, even if you're like Troy and you get these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views consistently, and it's a really, really big channel, we don't get your Raid Shadow Legends or your Raycons or your VPNs or your AG1s, all these different like outside sponsorships that pay you for stuff. So he said, yeah, he's kind of all for it. I'm not going to say who they are, because then if it doesn't go well, then it's just like dogging on someone for no reason. So there's no point going into it too much just yet. Troy's got G Fuel. I mean, I've got G Fuel too, but I promise you, G Fuel sells fuck all. It's not much. But what Doc was saying really, when I mean sponsorship, we're talking about outside of just like affiliate links. Because the most you'll do with affiliate links is maybe you'll get 5% on a purchase as like a commission. It means more like when, again, you get like Raid Shadow Legends being like, hey, do you want 1,000, depending on the size channel, do you want $1,000 to mention it as like a paid part of a video? You know, those kind of ones. Yeah, I was surprised, Brad, when, because you said that this year's one was going to be a lot smoother. I saw it and I was like, holy shit, this looks chopped. But it's like, I don't know how it's going to race, because like, I think the suspensions are actually going to be way different than last year. I think people are practicing on last year's Sardegna quite a lot, where it's more smoothed out, spread apart, longer, bigger rollers. Whereas this year it looks more kind of like a lot of choppy bumps going into some of the corners and acceleration bumps as well. And one thing I will say, which we'll never know until we get on the track and we're racing it, but you said this ahead of time anyway, is that it does look like it will end up being a little bit more one-lined, where it's based on like the real-life rut and bump placements. It looks like it's very much a lot of inside and then flowing to outside in the corners. So we'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous for it, I'll be honest. I'm a little bit scared, because you know how fast we go on sand tracks. It's wide open, like a tiny little mistake and you go absolutely flying. And with the reset delay now, I'm just going to be so scared of crashing all the time. So scared. Round 1 felt great. Like, track was fun. Racing was overall good, I would say. I had a really bad Moto 1 and then actually quite a decent, but then a couple of mistakes Moto 2. Like, pace and consistency felt fine. It's just the standard thing of when you slap reset delay in there, if you get a bad start, it's just kind of accentuated even more, like with the time. Do you do gym or try to qualify for aerial? Can't you have both? Can't you try and qualify and then if you don't make it, go to the gym? Because that's what I did on Wednesday when I rage quit the MX Simulator LCQ. I went to the gym straight afterwards. Use that anger and haters as motivation. Try 50 for the consistency? Hell no. I've not got the raw speed here. I can't be handicapping myself with even less power. Can't be doing it. I need all the oomph I can get. So I'm not like you fast boys, can't do it. Yeah, gym, I always tend to go to the gym much later than the normal human just so it is quieter. I feel like that's the best way to be. Should we load up last year's Sardegna? We'll have a look. No, I've never qualified on a 350. I have done like a bit of soul searching over the years, and when I really can't find something that I like, I'll dabble in the 350 life. Thank you very much, Spectre, for the 5-person raid. Very appreciated. Thank you. Hope you had a good stream. Hopefully you're still here. That was 2 minutes ago. Thank you, Price, for the membership as well. Thank you for the good luck wishes also. Where are we at? 25 GP. Sardegna Pro. I don't remember the 350s ever being banned. I don't know if that's just my bad memory. It might be. They will be different just in terms of just the weight as well, especially. I'm pretty sure they are like a tiny bit lighter, aren't they? Shall I... My issue is, if I take these off now... So, they're right in here, this EMMLE. If I have these on, it makes it, like, bigger. It's clearer. But then it's like the outskirts of the screen. So, like, kind of where my cursor is here, like, the edges of the screen is blurry. And then it's kind of zoomed in more in the center. Whereas if I have this off, it's just all kind of a little bit blurry. Fucking hell, hang on. It's even blurrier now that I've taken them. Let's reset the eyes for a second. Yeah, I don't know why. I've woken up today and my eyes have just been horrendous. And I've complained about not being able to see things properly on these tracks for like the last 2 years. Going back to last year's... was it last year? On Millville, I think? Just before you hit the first set of rollers, there was like a little like shaded tree section. And then also there's that left-right before you hit the Chadderpult as well, that's like more shadowy and darker shaded. Any shaded parts of tracks now, I really struggle to see them. Jeez, I think it's going to take a while for these to reset. Hello, soldier. The monitor glasses, those monitor glasses, they don't do anything in terms of the actual vision, they just block the blue light from the monitor more, so it reduces eye fatigue over a prolonged period of time. It's like if you open your phone now and you go to your settings, you've probably got a blue light filter on your phone, and it will just make everything look more orangey, which is just less harsh on your eyes. Which that's all them glasses end up doing. I couldn't tell you where they are actually. It's been a while since I've used them. But that's the same issue that I have, is I don't like having glasses on my face. Like, it just feels uncomfortable. Try and get a flow going around old Sardegna then, shall we? Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. was running a couple of laps around here last night, and I am... So actually, in terms of lap time, after about 20 minutes, I would have qualified third, just behind just behind Finn and Rex, in terms of lap. But then I've had a look at what people are doing recently, and I saw Brad done a lap time that was 4.5 seconds quicker. And I felt like I was pretty tapped and flowing and not really losing too much time over the bumps. So I couldn't tell you where to gain that much time. But we'll see how the day goes overall. Sand's a cruel mistress. You either got a nice flow going, and it feels like you can do no wrong, and just like kind of skimming over the top of all the bumps, not getting caught up in anything, or you get a little bit out of a rhythm, and then you feel like half a lap's just hella wonky, and you can't go in a straight line. Oh, one thing I have noticed is it actually helps in quite a lot of places on sand to be almost lugging the bike around, bogging it a little bit, like just a slightly higher gear. You love the sand tracks. I have a love-hate relationship with them. You're only on a 46.5. Well, that's still 2 seconds quicker than I did, Chase. Some of the tracks are the same this year, some are different. When I say the same, I mean the same place. Like, every track is still made new, so even if it's at the same location, the track will still be made differently to the previous years. But no, there's 10 rounds in total, and I think we've got a couple of different tracks in this year than last year. So this is last year's one that I'm playing on now, and then the track for today comes out in 26 minutes. Oh, loose. You hate sand except for Punker Jeffy's tracks. Jeffy's tracks are nice. They have a good flow to them. They're not too, like, beat up. The roads kind of all... Or the pre-made rollers are all made to kind of, like, be doubled and not upset your bike too much. They're pretty easy to get a flow going on. And I don't know how much flow there will be on today's track from the preview lap that I saw. A lot of it because it looks more choppy than rollery, I think it might be a case of just trying to headbang as much as possible. And then just be cautious of it being sand traction to not lose your tyres. One thing I'm curious about, I don't know if Brad's still lurking in here at all, is... Sorry, I saw a comment that threw me off guard. One thing that... If Brad is still in here... What the fuck? Where was I even going with that? I just fully lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, is the start a similar situation as it was last week, where it's still a starting great traction? Because I don't think in the history of MX bikes, well, at least since I've been playing it, I don't think we've ever had a start that goes from a start great traction, like a slipperier traction out of there, into a sand traction. It's always been from the start gate traction into like a soft soil, or a soil. So that's going to be an interesting one. Let's see who gets good starts. Got to try and develop a new technique on the fly. Ooh, that was nice. I'm pretty sure that was still on the track. It's barely left the ground. It's kind of what you want to do in sand, just try and keep your wheels on the ground as much as possible driving forwards. Whether that's trying to find a lower part of some bumps, whether that's trying to manual as much as possible. But one of the key parts of trying to be good in sand is you have to kind of be comfortable wheeling things. Just the more time that back wheel's on the ground, the more time you're driving forwards, keeping your momentum up. Oh, no, we're fine. So I tried making it to that inside, but my front end was just on the wrong side of one of them bumps, so it was going to wash straight away. New version, it looks overkill. I would say the high quality track players are going to be at a bigger disadvantage than the low quality track players today. Because like you said, it's extra crisp. But the reason that it's extra crisp, it's hard to, you can't look at Brad's preview lap and judge how it looks because MX Bikes is shit to record anyway, so anytime the dirt's flying at you, it's going to look strange. But I guarantee once you download that track, if you was going to take screenshots of it and be like zoomed in, it'd probably look insane. Where he's like, not all of it, but some of it is detail taken from the real one, so you'll see like the real lines and things that have been cut into the real track. Plus some reshades will obviously make things look sharper, and reshades make things look brighter and darker with highlight contrast in some places. So don't take it at face value, but that is something I noticed. I do think that if you're a high track quality player like myself, which is it's more so for the streams, you know, to try and make the streams look nicer, you will be at a disadvantage today. The reason it's a disadvantage is, I mean, you can see it a little bit on here. Like, so we've got the waves in the section, then you've got kind of like the, what almost looks like footsteps over to the right. If there's too much of that going on, sometimes it can hide where the bumps and the ruts and the erode are forming. Which just makes it hard to see overall. There's a reason why on Sim, for example, a lot of the top guys run what they call a Play-Doh version, which is the least detailed tracks textures as possible, so they can see the erode easier as it comes in. And it applies to an extent in bikes as well. Like last week's track at Switzerland, the low-quality versions had a lot less tree shadows than the high-quality version did, so of course less shadows in the corners makes the ruts easier to see. It's all subjective, of course, but I would never ever say that that texture mask has been made worse. Especially since Brad literally flew to the track, spent the day at the track scanning it all with a drone, and then it's a combination of the scanned textures and then the actual on-track roughness and lines has all been developed from the ground up from that drone scan. So it's not like they've taken last year's track, add a couple of extra bumps to it, and then slapped an inferior overlay on. That's a lot of time and effort that's gone into that. Highway again. Sand tracks always are. Sand tracks will always be really, really fast. Not sure how it's going to flow today. Do I miss Sim? I miss being good at Sim. I miss just being able to like qualify for night shows and be able to do full laps back to back without any issues at all. That's probably as far as I'd go with it. It has been refreshing to go and hop on there every now and then. There's a chance that I can't stream Sim this week, like this Wednesday. I need to wait to hear from the man himself, but I wasn't able to go riding this weekend due to some unforeseen circumstances. So there is a rumour of a potential private hire on Thursday, but I need to see if there's room for me on it. So maybe I'll message him after the stream's done today to see if that's a go or if it's not good. Because if it's happening, I will not be staying up until 3-4 AM streaming Sim. If it's not happening, then yeah, I probably will stay up and stream Sim. Hello, Panda. I download the high quality pretty much because of streaming now. I just want it to look as nice as it can do. I think if I was not a content person and I was playing purely for like results, I'd probably download the low quality version just because I do think it would help. It's the same as when, yeah, like Counter-Strike pros, for example, play on absolute potato settings, gives themselves a competitive advantage. You know, like turn off anti-aliasing and all them things so you can see people a couple of pixels earlier as they walk around a corner. I'm not moving much right now. I'm not moving forwards very much, I'm going up. Need to get a bit more of a flow going. So I just double upshifted there out of that corner from second to fourth, and I feel like it gave me a much better drive than going second to third to fourth. None of that today, thankfully, which I'm happy with. Whilst ruts and the jump faces are cool, a lot of the time we just end up scumbagging and low-lining the jumps anyway. Or we can use the ruts to low-line because of how the game is built. If the ruts were able to be built like skinny, like tyre width, then you probably wouldn't be able to get away with it. But unfortunately, if they build them like that, as soon as your tyres hit the rut, the bike just kind of explodes. The game doesn't like the skinnier ruts there at all. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Panda. It was a nice trip down memory lane. It was fun. Again, it was a very divisive video, because there was people in the comments saying, yeah, the bikes here look much better, and then others saying, why would you want wobblier bikes? But again, even though I said it right at the start, I don't think people comprehend that this is all talking from a competitive racing standpoint rather than a just hop on casually and have fun on the game standpoint. Because competitively, I think the bikes and, well, the Supercross tracks particularly now have been shit. But from a casual standpoint, the game's probably the best it's ever been. But because stuff has been made like so large-scaled and so easy, and the bikes are so overpowered with their overall just handling and just how bulletproof they are, it makes the overall racing worse, like a competitive racing worse. Yeah, I think ideal world you'd have a pro bike pack, but then you are just trying to slap on extra time and effort onto the OEM guys as it is anyway. No, I didn't get to ride this weekend, ARL. Hopefully midweek. It wasn't even a weather thing or anything this weekend. BP made a massive oopsie, so I couldn't go riding. But yeah, like, shit happens. Shit happens. You can't bite the hand that feeds you. Can't give him shit since he goes out of his way to accommodate me. This was actually a Varg issue, to be fair, more than anything. The issue was, so he got the Varg all loaded up onto the van, ready to go. He then realised, however, the generator to charge said Varg in between races was here in his other van that was currently getting work done on it, so he couldn't get the generator. So I'd probably get like practice and a race done, and then that'd be my day finished. Just electrical things. I did message I messaged my dad 2 nights ago. I said, boss man, listen, I am missing riding the 250. Is there any point that we can kind of meet in the middle and go riding on it? And he was like, let's wait for the weather to warm up just a little bit. So it wasn't a no. So that is good. It wasn't a no. I was watching back my old GoPro videos and watched back when I was riding the 250 last time at Wild Tracks. If anyone's from the UK, you know what Wild Tracks is. And my corner speed on that 250 is just so much better, and I look more comfortable on it. And I think it's all to do with just having a clutch. The Varg's fun to just hop on and hit jumps because it's easy. But my corner speed, I would say on the Varg, is actually pretty shit. Just because I haven't got that clutch to modulate the throttle. So I do want to ride the 250 a few times again this year. When that'll happen, I don't know. I have to ask permission. Well, it's for about 4.5 hours away from me, and it's in storage, and it's my parents' storage that it's in. See, and I don't own a van myself, so I can't just go and get it and ride it. It would be a case of, hey, Dad, can you get the bike set up, and I'll meet you in the middle, like 2 hours between us, and we'll go riding. I have a 250. I don't need to sell the Varg and get a 250. I have a 250. Like, it is my 250, I just do not have access to it at all times because of the living and the transport situation. Yeah, a lot of the public lobbies nowadays are pretty damn toxic. I think it's just the nature of the younger community. And I fall into this category myself, but content creators, I think, have ruined this game for the most part by publicising and making it so like as popular as it is. Especially when, because like this game does really, really well on like TikTok, for example. So you get all these younger TikTok kids see the game, come over and play it, and they just bring that like toxic mentality with them. So it's how it is. I think I end up burning too many bridges to be part of something like that, Panda. But I also think people think my opinion holds more weight than it actually does. So let's take this year, for example. I don't think anything I ever would have said or done, even if I was on the aerial team in any way, would have affected how like the tracks in Supercross have been built. I think that would have just been set in stone regardless. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, Ethan. That's exactly how I am right now. Can't, well, the first part, not the second part. Could care less if I ended up with a broken neck. I just enjoy riding motorbikes. I just can't do it as much as I want to right now. I suppose it depends on how aggressive you are on your right hand, to be honest. No, Tommy. Because I feel like I can roll on the throttle pretty well. And if you are skating all over the place on the back end, just tone down the mapping a little bit. No, I've never had any outrageous circumstances where I feel like I'm losing time to a 250 on that Varg. But overall, my corner speed, this is more talking from like a rut standpoint, I really struggle to hit like a nice smooth rut on that Varg, whereas if I'm on a 250, it's a bad habit, to be fair, because I know you shouldn't abuse the clutch too much on the old four strokes. But a lot of time I'll have the throttle just locked in a certain position and then just use that clutch to modulate how much or little I want to give it in the rut, whereas on the Varg it's all done through the throttle. And it's hard sometimes just to have a nice smooth flow through the corner when you haven't got the clutch there to help modulate. But then again, from a jumping perspective, if you want to just like square off a corner and give us some gas and seat bounce out a little tabletop or something, no easier bike to do it on than that Varg. So, and they're a cheat code out the start, so there's pros and cons to it. Just depends what you're into. I'm on 75 direct lean, not on 100. Direct lean, very personal preference though. I know Chase, who's in here right now, he's much better than I am. He's on 100. But then I also know some faster people, they can be down on like 60, around that area. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. Just depends what you prefer. Uh-oh. Yeah. On Supercross and Motocross, I'm just running 75. Direct lean is more what you put into your left stick is what the bike does. So if you're running 100 lean, and like the bike will basically mimic your stick. So as soon as I'm like turning this, it will turn straight away. If I just instantly let it go to the middle, and the bike will stand up super quickly. Whereas if you run a really low direct lean and I'm cranked over in a turn, if I was just to really quickly let go of the stick, it would more slowly and progressively bring the bike back upright. Yeah, there's all kinds of different direct leans that people enjoy. That's how it goes. Oh, hold on to it. Something I really need to try and make a mental note of today, because it affects you quite a lot in, especially in like long rollery corners, is I still have a really bad habit of fully like weighting the outside, and it's causing my bike to stand upright. I just need to keep it more in the middle. Or if I am going to counter lane, just do it a tiny bit. And try and keep that weight forwards to keep the front end planted. Unless I'm trying to keep the front wheel up in the air from manual rollers, then I get off the back of it. Oh, that's definitely not a that's not a viable option. Don't think you're allowed to do that. Holy. Never worked out this little right-left here. It never feels like there is one line that kind of flows and is nice. Overall thing on sand is try and keep the back wheel on the ground as much as you can. And then, so be comfortable wheeling things. And then try and turn as little as possible at all times while still making it around the corner. The less cranked over in the turns you are, the more of the middle of the tyre you're using, the more grip you're going to get, the more momentum you're going to carry. So you just have to try and be as gentle on the inputs as possible. You can't really go in and just slam the corners wide open, exactly as I've done there. I need to open it up more. Lean into it a bit slower. Don't open Aerial Discord. I will open it, just not on stream. Let's have a look. Don't see anything crazy in there. Oh, hang on. I think that's Traxxer that said that. I'm going to close it again. I see Traxxer typing. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure on the current ruling, but I remember I looked at the rulebook a while ago in regards to the blue flag, and it did say that the lap rider has to get out of the way. Whereas I think in real life, it's the lap rider has to hold their line. I know in game it was different for a while, so maybe that's what Rufio's talking about, that they changed. Because that was, it used to be like an area of debate in chat. If I get pissed off with a lapper, there'd be the Forest Warriors in chat saying they haven't got to get out of your way, you're fast to go around them. It's like, well, it's kind of in the rulebook that they have to get out of the way. Oh, we'll ride the walls, won't we? Miss all the braking bumps out. I will say, it might not be possible to do, because again, it's all based off the preview lap, and the track usually ends up playing much different than what you see on a preview lap. Did see one or two places where you might be able to scumbag your way out of some road. So I'll see if I can actually use them when I get my wheels on the track. Why not take both lines? Who needs one?
I think I shot my line too fast in this last turn.
Oh. Charged into that a little bit too hard. Holy. These ads stink. Do you have a prime by any chance? You don't need a prime. You've just straight up done tier 1. Thank you, Chase. No ads for Chase anymore. Love that from you. Moto Mum gifted me a membership on your stream. I think it was this time last week at round 1. Then I didn't see it. Didn't see it until I was going through my emails. Oh, people in chat love when I end up pushing lappers off the track. I'll give them the benefit of doubt for a while, and if they sit in my way for half a lap or so, I just fucking yeet them out of the way. So like, no, you had your chance to move, now you're going to be even further beyond. There are many, many occasions where lappers have been my downfall. So just on Friday for the Supercross. Happy chilling, battling for P2 with Neon. We get into it with 2 different lappers at the same time. Go down once because of it, and then it just kind of starts this massive snowball effect. If you're out of a flow, then your head goes, and then it just gets worse and worse, and it's downhill from there. So I think I went from 2nd at probably just past halfway point to finishing in 12th, and letting Callum pass me because I was just sitting waiting for... I let Cam lap me so I didn't have to do another lap. I was that over the race. It takes a lot of fun out of it as well. Like being messed up by other people. And I will still say, region lock and class lock is a big reason why lappers have been shit. Because if you remove half of the competition from the races, worse people will get into the races, and then worse people will be worse lappers. That's just how it goes. I mean, if you was to take a different perspective on the region lock as well, the reason they want to do it is they don't want the same people to win both series. And it's like, fine, that's one way of looking at it. In the same breath, it's a pro series. So what you're saying is you don't want the fastest people to win the pro series. Like, just let people race what they want to race. Because now you've made a situation where the actual championship overall, they get pretty damn boring. There's nobody to actually battle Cam for any kind of wins in 450s in EU. In Supercross this is I'm talking about. I know Rax is now doing outdoors, so he'll give him some comp there. But yeah, for Supercross, nobody. The only person that is going to beat Cam is himself if he has like a particularly bad race, but he can be on the ground in turn 1 and still come back and win. That's just boring. That's all because of region lock. I mean, I hate playing against the 250 guys when it's the opposite coast, because a lot of them do still play in 450s like it's 250s, and they're just way too aggressive and have no brain. But it's still, at least it's more, like, it's still more fast people sometimes. You get 1 or 2 of them that are fine. They also use the reasoning before of it makes MX of Nations more fun. And it's like, well, no, because it's once a year, first of all. And second of all, you race against what, like 6 people that you don't usually race against? All of EU still race against each other. It's only like an NA team or an NAB team that's any different. Maybe the Canadian team, a couple of different people. Other than that, it's pretty samey. Right, where's this password at? Give me the goods. Trackster, stop typing in the fucking aerial chat every time you see me look left. I know what you're doing. I was going to take off this password overlay. I don't need it anymore. There we go. There we go. There we go. Stin spammed it. W Stin. Right. Boso, MX Bikes, mods, tracks, 26GP, drag, drop, paste. Done. Close, play. You won't be able to install the track. Theo, please tell me you haven't waited until now to download the track. The track's been out for like a day. You've got to pre-download these things. How many hours I have before starting to race Aerial? Honestly, couldn't tell you. Aerial started like a year after I started playing the game. But I was doing pro races within 2 weeks. But there was a lot less players then. But then I'm also a quick learner. So, yeah, it's hard to say. Everyone's different. There's no point holding yourself to a certain amount of hours as like a threshold. Everybody learns at their own speed. Yeah, the track comes out, worst case scenario, a couple of hours before the password comes out. So I would always recommend pre-downloading, and then once the password comes out, you can drop it into your game. Thank you very much, Mr. Double Dose Media. Thoughts on EU NA showdown for 250s instead of East-West, same region, both regions, both coasts, one race? I don't mind it. I have said, I know this is a little bit different to what you're suggesting there. I have suggested that we just fuck off coasts. Just get rid of them completely. And just have a full 17-round 250 Supercross Championship. Because whilst I've got an issue now with there being split regions and split classes, so EUs and NA individually are both less stacked, now you've got the issue of, in the 250s especially, there's even less people, and you then have two championships, so everyone's split in half again. Oh my goodness, that is deep. Track's very... It's actually quite hard to see the rough. It could be my reshade blowing things out. I don't know. I see what Rufio means to an extent. From the ground level, it's hard to see. Like, it looks quite blurry. But if I was to go above... Yeah, it looks great from above. Like, actually, I mean, other than the MX bike shit, where it loads and deloads things in time. Yeah, from above, you can see where things are meant to be. From the ground level, that's a little bit tricky. It might be sun placement as well in some places. So, like, them bumps there were easier to see than going the other direction. So it could be sun. Your yeet. I think this might be the first version of this track. I'm sure we've had like 3 or maybe 4 of them now, where I don't think railing the outside in this corner will be the fastest line. I think from what I saw, the middle is going to be pretty good. It almost makes you want to go download the low quality just to see the difference. Yeah, it almost feels like the sun... I mean, the sun's coming from that way, obviously, based on those shadows. But I am... Holy shit. I am struggling to see some of these bumps, like, where they're defined. Turn textures to low. Why don't I make it just look like Play-Doh? I suppose you're right, probably is kind of the same thing. It's just going to chalk my game. It's just going to give me like black box glitch. Yeah, I don't know why people haven't learnt by now. I know people are new to the game every week, but you really need to be pre-downloading these tracks ahead of time. That smoothed things out a lot. Like a lot. But now I feel like it just looks arse. Like it looks like I'm riding on Play-Doh, doesn't it? But you can see how much easier the bumps are to see now. Don't turn check textures to low, it'll lag. I thought that was on the right-hand side. And it only lags when people join the race. There shouldn't be anybody joining during... There shouldn't be anyone joining during the actual mains or motos. Oh my god. Some of this is brutal. Try and go over here, get out of the rough stuff. It's night and day difference though, running between low texture and high texture in terms of how much easier it makes the rough being able to see. Don't think it's going to gain me the extra 3 or so seconds that I need to suddenly blast to the top of qualifying. It's definitely easier. And at least doing this on the high quality version, I still have all of the environment, so it still looks okay. No AMS tracks, you don't need AMS tracks on the sand versions, they'd just be pointless. You would just be playing a fully flat track. They said at the start of the year, before the tracks even came out, that there wouldn't be AMS versions of the sand tracks. I don't know if the usual... I don't know if the sand setups are actually going to be that good around here, now that the bumps are more like close together and choppy. Just going to kind of go where the bike takes me for now. See what happens. See what I like or what I don't like. I do think having these low textures will make the road easier to see, because I'm guessing the road's still like a darker road. Let's try an inside down here. Oh, actually that middle looked pretty good. Yeah, yeet. Skybox makes your ADHD go crazy. As soon as I start noticing it, I can't unsee it out the corner of my eye, but if I'm focusing on the track, it's not too bad. It's probably worse for you guys because you're sitting watching, you're not actually playing it in the moment, so your eyes can look around at times, but yeah, I'm not sure what it's about Skybox in this, because it was the same on last year's one. I'm guessing it's probably the same Skybox. I have no idea why it does the shadowing issue. It's not my reshade either, I tried turning that off the other day when we was playing the old one. Rax can't get the track. It's alright, he only needs a lap and he'll still qualify like third. He'll be alright. Oh yeah, nobody's mentioned it yet. I'm going for a different vibe in the race today from an overlay perspective. So I'm not going to have the times behind or in front of everybody on the left, because I'm really bad for paying a lot of attention to it and it affecting how I play. So I'm just going to try and lock in on the race, whatever's happening in the moment's happening, and then you guys still get to see the most important information at the top left, like position and how long's left. You're not going to be able to see the gap to all the people all the time. Okay, far outside, disappears, noted. Hold on to her, buddy, hold loud! They always make that far inside, like, so deeply whooped out that it's not viable. It's been like that on every single version of this track. Jesus Christ, that corner is fucking brutal. How'd you stop sitting so much in corners? I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Just don't sit down. No, fucking unbind the sit button if you have to for a while. There is no cheat code to just not pressing a button. Can't actually see the bump that I keep hitting there that's stopping me in my tracks. Do you think it was like a brave move putting some ruts in the first turn there? It might make the starts more interesting. Chase, you got a lot of time before your race, so it might be worth you trying this out. Just based on that mechanic straight that I hit there, you know what setup I think would be kind of goated around here? Is the PAX Fantic fast whoops setup. I reckon that rear end will not leave the ground, you'll be munching along that straight. Thank you, Dio. Maybe next week. It's not something I would personally use, to be honest, Thomas. I don't know if that'd be helpful for anybody, to be honest. Because I think a lot of time it might be the opposite way around, where people want that information on this. So for my example, that information on screen is good to have for the viewer experience, but I get distracted by it. I don't think it's ever the opposite way, where I want to see it but don't want other people to see it. Texture strains, I'm on the lowest quality textures right now. Lowest quality possible, just to be able to see some of these roughs, these bumps. Definitely think it's helpful. Definitely think it's helpful. I'll try like tie it inside here. Oh my goodness. It's a weird combination of different types of rough around this. Some of it's like really like whooped out, and then some of it's really chattery. I don't think there's going to be a one-size-fits-all setup that works around here. You're going to have pros and cons on either side of the track. Is there a... Oh, there is a bow there. That's fucking sneaky. I think I... Yeah, I think I hit the collisions of that bale with my front wheel. Oh, if it's only on OBS, the people will see it and I won't. Yeah, maybe then. Maybe. I'll be honest, I still, even after, I know Thomas is lurking here, I couldn't tell you why, Thomas, but even still after all the recent updates and stuff, I just still prefer how the old max HUD standings look. And how the lap times laid out. That's why I run both at the same time. There is one cool... I probably shouldn't be doing this now whilst I'm trying to learn the track. There is one cool setting. Not that one. I mean, this is a cool one as well. It shows you consistency. It takes you like your best lap and your worst lap and works out a time of the... this one. Can I turn off... Can't turn everything off. I'd like to be able to toggle what I can see and what I can't see on here. Yeah, if I could toggle these off, that'd be cool. I'd like to see just how many crashes I have over the course of a race. Just like on the screen. And you can see like your gear shifts and everything in here as well. Like there's so much information on there. Gear shifts and crashes as an overlay would be cool, just so people can see what's going on. You could probably take that to another layer as well, and I don't know how possible it would be. But let's say you've got a layout there that says, oh, you've crashed 4 times in this race. Would it then be possible to work out a way of seeing how much time those crashes have cost you? Like how long your bike's been laying on the floor for? Especially now with the reset delay. Or how long the rider just hasn't been joined to the bike. Because then you could be like, oh, okay, so I finished 30 seconds behind the leader in this race, but I was on the ground for 25 seconds. So if I can clean up their mistakes, I'm only 5 seconds off, there's a chance of getting like this position, blah blah blah. I feel that's way more information than people would ever need or use. I've not got my lap time overlay on it anymore. I'm not even looking at them. I won't even know if I've qualified until the time the results go up. Couldn't tell you when the actual races are starting. Qualifying starts in about 15 minutes. think that line's going to be the one. Going into that middle rut. Trying to work out where I want to go. Oh, holy. The inside on the exit of that left feels better than last year's one did. Far right hand side of that straight doesn't look very whipped out. Might have to experiment with that a little bit. That middle was okay. Landed perfectly on the downside of a bump there. I'll be honest, with these SX tracks, I don't think there'll be much improvement just with how the scaling is. I think it's been chalked from the beginning, even if they was to delay it until afterwards. I just think the nature of how big and spaced out everything is really limits your like line choices and options. In general, I think having the Supercross after would be better, just for a more true-to-life race. Damn, I'll suck arse around here. I think the thing these track creators have to battle all the time as well when it comes to the visual side of things is optimization. Because this game just runs like an absolute pig. Like, it is shit for optimization. You gotta treat it like it's a PS2 game and have as little detail as possible everywhere. Try and save the detail as much as you can, so that it makes things like high quality textures really hard to do. It's been a very, very long time since I've run low textures like this, and it's crazy the difference. I don't really like how any of them three insides flow to that inside rut. Kind of set you up awkwardly. I think outside might end up being the move. Let me try something. Just to see if it's helpful at all. Because I know that setup I was just running was based on last year's Sardegna. And last year's Sardegna rides are nothing like this. Track is hard. Track's very, very hard. No full textures but turn off shaders. I want the shading though. Like I want to see the shadows in between each of the bumps so it defines the bumps more. I feel like that'd make it even harder to see the other way around, wouldn't it? Outdoors is always more fun than Supercross. Supercross in this game is just always very, very hit or miss, and unfortunately the last 2 years it's been miss. I think it's just going to have to be inside in this corner. The outside's just a little bit too slow. I think a lot of people are just going to default to taking the same lines as on the previous years. Some corners it might not even be the best line, but just from a muscle memory comfortability side of things. Can't stop to get into the middle part of that, I just keep drifting all the way over to the outside. Definitely feels like some of the lines are missing that little bit of support where you need it. Like to get those tyres banked off of. So in that middle rut that I just hit and crashed on, it's like I've matched the line to the speed and the angle that I'm going there. And then it kind of like, it ended before I've got a chance to get the bike stood upright again. It's like I'm still turning. I think Brad's preview lap's faster than anything I've done so far. Right, 5 minutes until qualifying starts. I think my fears about crashing a lot on this track are going to come to fruition. It's going to be really difficult to not have a ton of mistakes in the races. I'd say biggest difference between this year's and the previous years is if you do go like a little bit long, or if you land like on a bump rather than downsiding something perfectly, it does seem like it just robs you of so much more speed. It's hard to get all that momentum back again. 52.5, Jesus Christ. Not good. I generally see there being like 47s, something like that, in quali. I mean, the only thing there really is to say about the potential suspension collab is that I'm trying stuff out for like a week or so to see if I even... Why have I just closed the game? See if I even like it myself, and then we'll go from there. I just said I'm not gonna back something that I don't actually use or enjoy or think is good. I've turned the texture quality down on the track just to make the bumps easier to see for today. Because just with the way the texture's been done, it was quite hard to make all of the individual bumps out. And going around a track like this at high speeds, you need to be able to see where you're going. Let's see, I've just clicked on Photoshop rather than my Internet Explorer, god damn it. I want to see what group I'm in rather than trying to guess. Right, close that, don't need that. Race groups, no. Practice groups. Free. Why are you getting track mismatch? I don't know. You might not be the only one. Oh yeah, there you go. Looks like everyone running the low quality versions track isn't working. So that's about to be a whole shit show. Can't wait for aerial pits to pop off. Proxy's just said so none of the versions are working for most people. Yeah, Brad's working on it. So it looks like we'll have more time to practice today before qualifying starts, because now Brad's got to go into panic mode and try and get this fixed while everybody continues to just blow up pits over and over and over and over and over again, even though it's being worked on. That means that that's not the server you're meant to join, Reese. Make sure you click on... Don't understand how people haven't figured this out yet. When you're checking your qualifying group, check it in the practice groups tick only. Do not click on this one. This one will show a different one. You only do this one, and then whatever group you're in. So for me, I am here, I am in group 3, I join group 3. Yes, I actually can show you this. Why is it just removed my setup? I can show you this because this is not paid for anything. This is all fully public. There you go. I'm not going to see it for ages. Like, feel free to pause it if you want to. That's the suspension, and then that's the geometry. I wonder how many people are going to run out of fuel today, because nobody ever puts enough. Bit framey. Nobody ever puts enough fuel in sand races. We always get a few people running out. Oh shit, yeah, I am gonna... hang on. When LP said that I'm gonna lag online, I didn't even think about qualifying. I just thought I was gonna be fine in the race. People aren't gonna be leaving and joining in the races. But if they're leaving and joining during qualifying, then I am going to get a lot of freezes. There you go. Another big freeze. Man, this game's shit. Oh, honestly. Without being Mr. Negative too much, this man, he works on things nobody asks or cares for, and the things that he works on and he tries racing doesn't even fucking work. You should see the shit that's been trying to be worked on right now that nobody wants or needs and makes the OEM team's life even harder to make bikes for the game. It's like, bro, just fix the base game, please, I beg of you. I'll be honest, boys, whilst I do appreciate some bikes hating sim glaze, I kind of have to draw a line. People say that sim graphics are better, like a UI. Now we're just being faded. It's the only thing, that's probably the only thing these days that bikes has better is graphics and sounds. I think that's them taking the server down. Oh no, that's qualifying starting. If I now whack this back up to high whilst in a server, will this fully choke me? Yeah, I'm not at liberty to discuss what he's working on at the moment because it's in like the private Aboso Discord server, which only a couple of people are in. It's nothing that helpfully impacts anything, is the issue. Oh, and just as we talk about how shit the game is, look at my lovely. What picture is that even reusing over and over and over again? I can't even tell what's on my bike right now. This is why you don't change graphics halfway whilst you're already in a server, because now your bike looks like this. But no, he'll keep working on shit that doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, my game's fucked. I'm going to have to leave and reach. I actually detest this game with a passion. I can't even zoom in to see that. Look at this shit. Like, what? I can't. Boys, I can't. Qualifying started, and I need to leave and join the game again just because it's that. How can you make a game and you can't even change the quality or graphic settings of the game in the game without the game shitting itself? Tell me that. Explain that to me. What I've noticed recently is when I came back from my nan's funeral a couple of weeks ago, I was like, different outlook on things, try and be more positive, this and the other. Every race I do on this game, it's so hard to be positive the whole time. So hard. Who sponsors me with graphics? Nobody. Just BP makes me a few things now and then. I mean, the bike that I'm running here is probably like 2 years old, to be honest. I always type in Linz in the server list. It's the first time you're seeing them issues. They're very, very common and very repeatable. Yeah, that is. I think that's kind of the thing that gets you out of any trouble. Is it's not sold as a full game; it's sold as an early access game, so it can be as buggy as it wants to be. Can I run my Black Cowie? No, because that was a model swap for the KTM. And I don't have that model swap on right now, and I don't know where it is. So it would take a lot of time to go and get it. There we go. I like how that almost looks like it says I'm in 16th out of 251 people at the top left. Please don't tell me you can low line off the far left of that. Oh, why do we have reset delay in the qualifying server? Da 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 da. Frames are pretty bad on this, I'm going to be honest. Might have to go bust out that low quality when the download or upload's fixed. I actually don't even know if this qualifying is going to count, because I think they're working on a fix for the download quality now. Cam suspension's clearly dialed. Bro's just pulling away from me on the straights. That thing's munching the bumps. Trying to keep in him somewhat of a view so I can just see what lines he's taken, so I haven't got to try and learn any for myself. How did Bro respawn and get back to there that quickly? Rest in peace, me. I'm 3 seconds slower. Brother. 3 seconds. Is Cam unemployed? Yeah, I actually don't think so. I know that he had a bunch of time off work when he hurt his ankle quite bad, but I feel like he's been back and working. Couldn't tell you the answer to that question. That little double around the inside is going to be so easy to get wrong. Yeah, it's much, much harder to see any of these bumps with these textures, but if I'm just going to be freezing constantly in qualifying with the low textures on, then there's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. And it sounds like there's issues with the low quality version at the moment, so I don't want to go and download that. Mm-hmm. 4 seconds slower now. Track's way different than last year. And I've seen a couple of people now, anybody just coming in here and saying that the track's the same as last year, just go and play it. It's so much different than last year's one. I've also noticed I've seen people complain when GP tracks look slightly similar one year after the other, even though they're built different. Yeah, I never see the same kind of energy towards the MX tracks that have been the same for like the last 4 years. I'm not sure why. Oh, fucking hell. I keep getting my weight on the wrong side of the bike, so it's trying to pull me like over the top of the rut rather than actually following it around. Yeah, I can just tell that Cam's suspension's better than mine from just hitting that little mound there on the left, how it's floating over the top of it. I'm getting into it more. Trying to see if that inside's any kind of viable, but it's just not. You can't stop in time for it. I don't know if to turn the textures down or not for the racing, because I'm not doing it now, because every time somebody joins, my game freezes. And it's qualifying, and I can't really afford to have all the laps chalked by people joining. But then I was going to say there shouldn't be people leaving and joining the race, but people always rage quit and then come back. Let me in the fucking rut, please. Can't get the bike lent over. Yeah, you made your opinions very clear on me through the whoops last week, Irish. I don't need to hear it again. It's happened. It's been and gone. You'll probably find that it was myself, not the setup, because it's the same one that I've been using all year. And I feel like I've been alright in the whips this year. I'm up and down this gearbox so much just trying to get the right revs. So if you slam into a bump a little bit too hard, you have to downshift, and then you want to upshift again to try and start tracking in the right direction. Oh, you fucking fat ugly cunt, what are you doing? What's wrong with me? Right, 3 corners from the end. Just sit in the rut. Little experiment, see how far behind Duturga come out of it. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Front flip. Nope. Actually, I don't know who Cam uses, actually. I feel like Splash sponsored Moto Academy for a while, then I feel like Chase did for a day. And then I feel like they've done their own thing, like individually. I thought that last lap that I ran would have been much better, but it's just not. And the fact that I'm 4 seconds off is outrageous. That is not going to be a great qualifying. Ideally on sand, you want to be bogging just the tiniest bit, so you're not just spinning the back wheel up all the time. But when you get just this tiny bit out of river and you hit one of these bumps a tiny bit too hard, that little bit of bog turns into a lot of bog. And so then you have to downshift and then shift again and again and again, and yeah, it's tricky. Me and Troy can't even make it around 2 corners without crashing. Yeah, my frames around here are really bad. Like I can feel it. Oh yeah, that's how you want to start a lap. No, I don't think Abydos GP is anything to do with this track. I don't think they follow the same layout at all or anything. Quite sure how I'm meant to double around that turn and land without the front end washing on me. But they're doing it. Might do the opposite, just check up a bit. And then at the top of the bump, slow me down. I'm too tight of an angle for this corner. Yep. Then we have to... There we go. I'd agree to an extent, George, but I can promise you that using a real-life setup sort of values will only get you so far on this game. The game isn't as much as a simulator as it wants to be. It'll get you to a certain extent. When you're hitting shit at the speed that these boys are, it won't hold anymore. You got to do some stupid stuff. Because if that was the case, then again, ChatGPT would actually put out decent setups. Now I've gone down that route a few times and been like, oh, if the bike's doing this in this situation, what do you change, blah blah blah, and yeah, it doesn't translate as well as you'd like it to. Turning off shaders would make it harder to see the road. It'll just merge everything together more. And the shaders is what you want, because then it creates the shadows in between them. I fucking love not being able to see where the fucking corner is because people are right in front of me. I knew that wasn't going to be a nice corner as soon as I got into it. Yep. We go again. And then again. And then again. And then again. And then again. Four seconds. Definitely should have commentated this year. I shouldn't have even done that poll as to what people wanted. I should have just gone with my gut feeling. Is the server down, or can I just not see anybody? No, server is up. Why can't I see anybody? All servers are down, servers are dead. I thought I just heard somebody else's bike though. Usually it says server disconnected. Although someone did say before the race even started tonight, like 2 hours before, that apparently the servers were dead, so I don't know if that's a master server thing. Keep going anyway, I need to practice. I'm usually alright in sand, I just cannot find a flow. No flow has been found. I am not a Reaper Dog Instagram reel. No flow level 10 million. Blame the sus. This is my good sus, that's the annoying thing. This is my good one. This isn't even the one I was testing. So all the... Maybe it is just the... No, they're still there. Oh no, there's no ping to them. Let me drag and drop this in a... MX bikes, eh? Bum 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 bum. It's weird how... Yeah, we'll join the chatbait server, won't we? One person on forest. I was working on a theory. I was wondering if it'd be like just all of the my MXB servers, but then you've got the MXB ranked ones here that are working. And then it's not like it's one region either, because these are EU servers and they're working. Very peculiar. No, I don't... If it's a server attack, it's got to be on the master servers rather than just the ARL servers, because there's so many of these that are affected. Like, all these ones that you see with, like, no number here and the 3 dots, they're the ones that are dead right now. But then you've got all of these that are working fine, so... It doesn't make much sense. No idea. Yeah, Ryan's just said the servers are fine on his end. Oh, that's a weird one. Diesel. Yeah, I've not heard of this happening for like individual people. But some of them are. Some of them are pinging again now. And now they're not. Oh, hang on. Slowly coming back. Now it's working again. People jump to conclusions way too fast. What isn't good is when you join a server and then you've joined on the same bike and it spawned you in the same pit space as somebody else. That's not good. So who's been leaving and rejoining? I mean, the qualifying practice session's ended, so there's no point in even being in it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that and then just see if there's any announcements that happen. Funnily enough, that the game's pooing itself on the same day that I had a mini crash out about the game being shit. Oh, may as well spin some more laps. I might not be able to do sim this week, Jerry. There's a chance I might have be doing a private hire on Thursday, so I'd have to be up really early. So I wouldn't be able to stay up Wednesday night playing sim. Hmm. Yeah, the track's very, very difficult, Troy. I will say, I don't know if it's a KTM thing or Yamaha thing. I think it's suspension. I am getting gapped by people on some of these straights. Like on the mechanic straight specifically, where I feel like that would be suspension related. Like, hella gapped. Even on my OG, like, goated around Southwick sound suspension. People are gliding across the top of it, and I am not. There you go. You had to plug, couldn't you? You just had to plug. I will not be sold to. Everything new that ever comes out for anything in life is always the best version, even if it's not. It's the same people that get the new iPhone every single year. Hello, Sim Racer. Track's dog. Skill issue. I got 4th in quali. No, I didn't. I got 4th in my group. So probably about 15th in quali. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into details because it's not my place to do so. But there is very good money on offer for the sponsorship shout-out, for the suspension sponsor shout-outs. So I know why it's done. So I can't hate on it. It's what it's like. I made that short a while ago. They're just hitting whoops on stock suspension saying only possible on ABC XYZ 123 suspension. Everyone's like, is this a dig at Troy? I was like, no, it's not a dig directly at Troy. It's a dig at when I load up TikTok and I see 10 different fucking suspension brands making the same reel. It's like, bro, like, Troy and SPX are not the only people and suspension that exists on the planet. It is a general all-encompassing joke. And then I replied to one of them comments saying, no, this is not a dig at Troy. And then they're like, why not? Troy does this. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Like, what do you want? Like, do you want me to start shit or do you not want me to start shit? No, I've said as well, with who I'm talking to right now, I said I am not making TikToks. That is what I will not do. Because no, this is not only possible on this suspension. So, let's say there's 20 people in the game that are all really, really good at making suspension. Surely, let's say everything about this suspension right now, right here, this default suspension is perfect. You cannot go any better. It's amazing. Anybody that is really good at making suspension would end up with something close to this because they're able to get the clickers in the right direction of what works really well. So surely there's overlap at some point. If there's 100 different people making suspension, surely there's 10 people that have settings really, really close, or 1 or 2 clicks off of each other. So no, it's not a case of this is only possible on this suspension. There might be 10 other suspensions that can do it. But God, does it get annoying loading up Instagram or TikTok and seeing the same fucking shit reel of people intentionally hitting whoops bad and then doing it really well again afterwards and saying this is only possible on this. It's not. You was fucking leaning forwards in the whoops. Of course you're going to crash in them. Like, I'm all for selling stuff, but I hate the manipulation of selling stuff and how people go about doing things worse on purpose to try and prove a point. I watched one fucker speed up. I had one fucker at whoops normally. He then done it again on his goated suspension, a brand that I've never fucking heard of. And he'd sped up the footage. And then he's trying to say that he hasn't sped up the footage. And it's like, brother, I've got 5,000 hours on this fucking game. I don't go outside. I don't leave the house. It is my job to play this game. I can tell when someone has sped up the footage. That's like, at least be honest about things. Well, I could pretend that... How long do we have left in quali? Like 4 minutes? I could pretend that in them 4 minutes I was about to drop 4 seconds off of my qualifying time. That's definitely what would have happened. Bum 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 bum. Verify I am human. I am human. Thank you, Mr. IMXB. Yeah, the fact that I've qualified 18th there, I think it might be time to hang up the sticks. Genuinely might be time to hang up the sticks. That is actually shit. Like, so shit. Oh no, I've not gone with anybody at all. I've got 3 offers. That's a lie. I've got 5 offers in my DMs over the last couple of months. All with their own individual like price points and all with their own individual deliverables. If you don't know what deliverable is, it's basically along the lines of saying, hey, we'll pay you this much if you do X, Y, and Z. X might be mention it in this many videos, Y might be post this many TikToks, and Z might be do this as well. And some of them deliverables I really don't fucking like and hate, which is what stopped me going for some of the others in the past. This one pretty much has no deliverables other than just mention that's who they're with. So for ease, it's pretty fucking good. But again, I'm not going to promote something that I don't use myself. So I said, send me some good shit. I'll try it over the next week and basically let you know. Unfortunately, I can't really test it at this round because it's a random sand race. When do we think the race servers are going to go up? Because I had Brad sent me a setup for the Husky on sand. I can try that quickly before the servers go up as well. Hello, Eden. Hello, sorry, Reed, I didn't see your message. I'm alright, thank you. Struggling a lot around it. Track's pretty difficult. Hello, Thick. Brad sent me this. A 120 rear tyre on sand? Surely not. Surely I'm going to be all kinds of high siding. The 120 does make it feel a bit sluggish. Yeah, times change, unfortunately. The eyes fade. The thumbs don't do what the brain tells it to do. Can't tell if this feels better or not than what I was running. It looks smoother. Well, it really doesn't like being railed there on the outside. I could do what I was told Chase to try. This could be fully faded, but there's a... Chase made a really good Fantic suspension for fast whoops in Supercross. And this track's pretty whoopy. So I wonder if that would work around here. I mean, we got time. I imagine... Actually, I don't know if they're going to stagger them today. There's no announcements yet. Yeah, I've got this. High-speed whoops. Only downside with the Fantic is I haven't got quick shift. So I might lose time from the shifting. Actually feels like the back end's kicking up a lot on the bumps. Yeah, this doesn't feel like I'm moving forwards much. Thank you very much, Ansi. I'll be honest, I don't remember it, but I'm happy that it means something for you. Time for the YAM test. God. Yeah, imagine I hop on the YAM now and I'm just instantly like a second quicker. I'll be fuming. Fuming! Oh, they've just put the servers up and they're not staggered. So I'll try this for half a lap and then I best get my ass in the server. Doesn't work for me, Kev. I won't go into the long details about it because I've been over it many, many times over the last year or so, but can't do the Steam shit. Yeah, fuck it. I guess we're going to ride the Yami this week. We'll see how that goes. We haven't done any races yet. This is Moto 1 that I'm joining. Yeah, I'm not going to get a great gate pick here with 18th in quali. Oh, this track's way harder. This track's way harder than round 1. Didn't do any practice starts either. That's not good from me. Hard in Indonesia. I don't think even Indonesia was that hard. It was just a frustrating track and I was having a bad day. That is not going to be a fun turn 1. With them ruts in there. Oh no. Oh no, it's going to be scary. Indonesia was difficult because the ruts were so close together, so like tagging your handlebars and everything was really easy to do. But that was 2 years ago now. And I actually think that the bikes are better for it now. I swear they changed like the hitboxes on them. No leaderboard, so I can focus on my playing rather than staring at the leaderboards the whole race. You guys can still see where I'm at the top left. Okay, how long's the reset delay today? 3 seconds. It was 4, wasn't it, last week? Bro's just ripping laps. You know what? Sure. I'm going to tuck up the inside. There was a lot of people cheating the start last week, I found out after the fact. A lot of people just going inside of turn 1. Don't think you can do that today. Unless you do shit like this, I guess. Bad time to really need a poo as well, but I guarantee as soon as I leave, the race is going to start. Motos start whenever they start. We're waiting for them. Ramsky's on the KX. He didn't qualify on the KX, but he's riding the KX for the race. Good luck to him. Alright, race time. That is not gate 1. That is as far from gate 1 as you could possibly be. Cam or Rex today? Rex had the better qualifying time. To be honest, I think it's 50-50 every week. It just depends who gets out the gate better. You're telling me the time I check up and wait, nobody crashes? Yeah, I probably should have done more than half a lap of testing on this suspension, because it's not soaking up anything. Oh, I'm getting bucked around all over the place and there's not even any road yet. There we go. That's the start of the downfall. JS7's going fucking annoyingly slow. Had to keep checking up, couldn't get past him. Let's go fucking Rumsky, look at him! Loving the Cowie. Oh. Yeah, this The suspension's is bucking me around a bit. It's some harsh landings, holy. You can't change bikes in between races either, so I'm locked into this Yami for both motos. Might have to make some in-between moto suspension changes. Holy. My bubble was very, very clenched just then. Cam's a big sand enjoyer. Not surprised seeing him up here in 6th. I'm glad I'm not the only person getting caught in that bale. Oh, I like that outside a lot. Very smooth. God damn it, I keep getting the wrong side of these fucking ruts. JS7's learnt some lines now as well, so he's going faster speed. Someone on a Fantic just up the road. If I can tie some clean laps together, I might be able to catch up. Actually might not be someone on a Fantic at all, it might have been one of the signs that I was riding past, but it was I see out the corner of my eye, so I thought it was a bike. 2 bikes that I just saw ahead of me there, but no clue if their position or a lap down. Okay, we will not try and scrub that hard again. So that almost didn't come back round. I would throw a guess out there that these are indeed a lap down based on how quickly we're catching them. Oh, this suspension is so bad. I'm just going up. I'm not going forwards. The rebounds that I'm getting on some of these bumps is insane. Ah, do my lapper troubles begin, by the way, gamers? Okay, as soon as I get into him, I lose all kinds of flow. It'd be nice if they went invisible. I feel like that would help me out a lot. Like from a collision standpoint and also from a being able to see him standpoint. It's just like seeing him in front of me takes my eyes off of what I'm doing. I really struggle to stay locked in. I think the road's pretty low. You can see it forming in some bits like this where the inside's like super strong, but it's not like digging down much at all, it's kind of just taking the top layer off. Oh, keep me up on two wheels, I beg. Used to get annoyed with them little pirouettes, but they're better than a 4-second crash now. I hope he's a nice lapper, he's lagging his titties off. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Got 6+ a lap to go. Or 6+2, I don't know if it's +1 or +2. Fuck's sake. Ah. How have I not lost a position from that? I'm stupid. What am I doing? I just fucking blow up after one crash and then make more. Like lock in. The issue is now I've got Pit behind me and Pit's probably faster than I am, so he's going to be all over my cheeks, which is going to stress me out, make me nervous. I know he's a lap down, but like just him fucking being there on my arse, just fuck off. Oh. Now I've lost a position. 3 crashes in the same lap. Probably lost about 15 to 20 seconds this lap. I got the blue flag because I went over the finish line. Oh, I know these boys are insane. Sure, they've not lapped all the way up to P5, right? Right? Please? Oh, this just felt like a long race. I don't know what to do about suspension for the next race. Because this one's sketchy as fuck. But I'm kind of like that I'm kind of working out what it does and doesn't like. I'm scared if I change for the next one, it'll actually be worse. Hang on, Dorian showing me some fast lines a lap down. Hang on. I have to give that inside a go. What? Why? Now I'm getting the blue flag again. Surely not. Also, I don't want to be checking behind me 24/7 to see if it's Cam or if it's Callum for position. I'm actually so shit at this game, it's pathetic. Like, so shit at it. Like, it's the end of the fucking race, just keep her up on 2 wheels and get a top 5. No. Go and throw it away. Fucking yardy guy. Managed to ruin my race on Friday. Doing his best attempt to do it again. Not looking before he pulls away. Tero's run out of fuel. Right, it's last lap now. I know you guys can't see it because it's underneath my face cam, but last one. Let's try not to throw away even more positions. Because whilst the 6th is still not a top 5, it would be my best moto finish so far. After my 15th and 8th last week. No? Yes, 15th and 8th last week. I think Dorian just took the full inside, even the inside roller before it. There you go. It's annoying to not get a top 5, but still my best result so far of the year. Oh god, I was in fifth for so long, like in no man's land. Like I lost 20 seconds in one lap and was still in fifth. Oh. Raxcam, KFC, Tyler. Yeah, that would explain why I was sat in fifth for ages. And then I had another 20 seconds back to JS7 in seventh. Try getting in the top 10. Damn. So it looks like Ghost Rider and Danny won't be racing next week. Because they introduced a new rule that if you leave the motos, then you get banned for a week. Right. Honda's sending me DMs. Honda's sending me sand setups. What do you reckon, boys? Do we take a chance? It's CDS. So this one's CDS. It's just for some reason that rear end is kicking me all over the place. It's like it's rebounding really quickly. What am I doing here? Verboso, MX bikes, profiles, lens, setups. Scroll, 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 scroll. Common. Yamaha 450, paste. Is this not what I'm running? Oh, this is V5 that I'm running. Okay. So it should be... that. No, that's CBS. Do I need to go to the track first and then go back and it'll be in there? Or did I put it in the wrong Yamaha? What's it called? CDS 450... Ah, that'll be what? I downloaded the KTM one rather than the Yamaha one, so it's not showing up. Try that again. So MX bikes, profiles, lens, setups, common, MX1, Yamaha, paste. Right. Not seeing it. I thought it used to appear in your game after you go to the track and then go back again. Yeah, Callum, I'm so annoyed. I lost 20 seconds in the lap before you passed me. It's like as soon as I get into lappers, I just can't... I don't know. I just can't ride. That V6 one wasn't there before. Is it called V6? Oh, it is V6. It's the KTM one that was V7. That one. Again, it's 120 rear tyre. Do I want to be changing to a 120 rear tyre in between motos? No, for suspensions, you don't have to leave the game. I don't think the roughness is a bad thing, to be honest, Brad. Like, we haven't had a proper rough supercross track before. It's just my suspension was arse cheek, so I'm getting rebounded all over the place. That already feels better around 2 corners that I've done. I know I'm being a naughty boy right now, but... And the thing is, you can't just be like... So where I've got this issue right now of do I want to change to the 120 rear tyre, you could just say switch to the 110, but the tyre actually changes the way the suspension works as well. So, it's alright. He said use 110. Oh, change that to 110. think it's better, isn't it? And that inside there looks hard to get into. The thing that would scare me about using a 120 around here is you have some bits where you're hitting bumps whilst turning, and sometimes the 120 rear can dig in too much and then cause you to high side. Whereas the 110s kind of slides across the top of it a little bit more. Oh, what I do want to do, I liked the gearing on that other one. Let me... That, wasn't it? That. Save. Right, okay. I think it might be better. I appreciate that, Anderson, but I don't add random people on Discord. Yeah, I get far too many friend requests for that. Show us your leaderboard for the race. It's done. It won't be there anymore. It's all the sessions reset. I showed it for a second at the end though, Rufio, if you want to rewind. I'm pretty sure it was Rax, Cam, KFC, TJ, Callum and me, and then I don't know about after that. Oh, that? No, I don't want it on my screen. I don't want to look at it. I think it helped me in that one. I wasn't so much focused on the gap in front or behind. I was just playing. I can't tell you whether to buy a track or not. So there's a preview video of it on the shop. You got streams like this that you can see it, so it's up to you if you want to do it or not. It's crazy to me how one crash does then compile into multiple, because in the moment, it's not like I've gone, oh, I've crashed, now I need to go 100 miles an hour again. It's not like I'm trying to play different. It's just purely the fact that I think you've got out of your flow, you've got out of the usual line that you would take in that corner. That's where the crashes came. It's the same with the lappers. So a lapper was on the inside over that little right, so I went around the outside, and then after that I crashed in this corner straight afterwards, because it's the way I came into the corner, not being used to it. That start was weird, like, waiting and it looked like actually nobody got taken out for once. I wish everybody could have slowed down properly on Switzerland, because then I would have had 2 whole shots. Munched out the gate on Switzerland. Are all 7 races done? I have no idea what you're talking about. We have 2 races. 1 race is finished. I did say 10-minute break in between races, and it's been 10 minutes. So I don't imagine long until we go again. I only saw Terra run out of fuel though, unless he didn't run out of fuel, he was just fed up and stopped at the finish. I would have thought he would have stopped just before the finish line so he could push it across the end, not just after it. Yep, here we go. We go again. I didn't look to see how much fuel I had left, to be honest. Just don't see myself ever getting a great start from this start gate. Because I'm never going to be able to hug the inside. If I get a jump, I'm going to get hit. So I have to drift out wide. But the track very quickly like narrows off towards the outside. And you have ruts to try and avoid as well. I'm just not going to lean back as far. Red flag? Yes! I really need a poo as well. I should have gone in that little break. They know how to get the heart rate going, don't they? This dude was giving me shit in between races last week as well. It was either last week or is it Supercross? I can't remember which. So I'm just trying to exist. Can you not lean back and stand up? I don't think anybody stands up out the gate on a 450 anyway, you just loop out straight away. No, I've done that before already, Tommy. And down we go. Taking my time. Still getting people bumping me in the arse trying to come across from left to right. Right, let's try and... why did y'all go around the outside? Let's try and make a bit of a comeback, shall we? Trying to predict where other people are going is the hardest thing. Like, if I was to put money on it, I would have thought that Jake would have gone right around the outside there, but he cut from far left to far right across people to get to the inside. And it's like, brother. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's just stressful with the reset delay. When you get a bad start, it just makes everything worse. Good start equals reset delay good. bad start equals reset delay bad. Now we'll try and pass 20 people. I just can't catch a fucking break, can I? Always get stuck in a fucking NA Rider's ping again. Cunt that fucking rage quit last race, and now he's back in here again, fucking me over. It's fucking infuriating. Well, it's better when there's bikes on the ground, guys. Less hassle. Yeah, okay. Let me just dodge 4 of them. It's nuts, isn't it? How the fuck do you crash in a fucking straight line? How? Honestly, man. Fucking level of riders that get in the pro races these days is unreal. Yeah, it's fucking done. I may as well leave now. It's fucking awful. Let's add another fucking 20 seconds off. Why not? Last place, by the way. Yeah, cool. Just face my bike the wrong way. When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. Keep it going. Boy, I'm gonna wear for. There's no point me sitting here being fucking miserable for the next 25 minutes for the sake of it. We ain't scoring points, we ain't in championship battle. Every week I turn up and hope that something's going to be a bit different, but it never is. So I will take the week penalty for like rage quitting, because that is one of the worst races I have ever had on this entire game. So ban me for a week, I really don't fucking mind. How the fuck some of the people are in these races, I've got no clue. How you crash in a straight line. Of course I'd be the one that get collected by their bike. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good luck in NA if you're doing it. I might just give up at this point. Just take the Reaper Dock route and retire, because fuck